And Julian, just looking at some of the cards on Synergy of Serra, that looks like it's going to be amazing. The artwork, the powers, the abilities, the ability to like have some of the other players' cards. I'm really excited to play this. I'm a big fan of gaming in
Thanks,
general,
man.
especially crypto gaming. That's really cool.
Thanks, man. Yeah, we get so much positive feedback for the artworks, and within the team, of course, we also really love them. I really feel like blessed with the artists that work for us, and yeah, I'm actually like like all the artworks are pretty good quality, and that also actually takes a lot of time, and you go through many iterations. So like sometimes I just randomly share some progress, so you kind of like can see from like the first sketches to the end result, how many steps are involved in between. And there's so many cool, like some artists, they give us like 6 to 8 options, just like the angle, how to look at the character and stuff, and it's really hard to decide which one to choose.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool how they evolved. And yeah, I'm actually like, sometimes it's not even the colored version, right? We're kind of like at a pre-stage, and I already like, okay, I want this one to finish, because I just want to put it into my collection as a desktop background. So I have a folder which has like all the cards as a wallpaper, and they are like, I think they rotate like every minute or something. And I'm always so excited to also have new cards finished, because then I can add them to this collection. And it's pretty cool.
Yeah, really awesome.
So I mean, we don't have it right now, but probably in the future, we will also provide a link on the website or somewhere, where people can just get the full card collection as a wallpaper set.
Oh, nice.
So people can choose, the favorite card as a wallpaper or something. Yeah, because I really enjoy that.
Yeah. I've seen some card games where you could like print out physical copies too. Like sometimes they go old school, and then some of the cards, if you have it, there's a way to redeem a physical copy redemption.
Yeah, we were thinking about that. Like, well, not like to sell it or something, but like maybe if we can get to some promotions, that we can share them with people. So one idea. So especially in Germany, like we have the Gamescom here, which is around October, and I think this and last year didn't happen because of COVID. But then maybe if the chances are good, we would really like to go to Gamescom next year, for example, and then it would be like super nice to have like physical versions of some cards and hand them out to people who are coming to our booth. And yeah, we already have some ideas like how we maybe create them as like a golden metal card. So like it will be like a metal card, and then maybe we can print in some code on the back, and if you can decipher it, you actually get like a specific promo card or stuff like that. So that's like some very secret information what we are brainstorming about. You just like, I think there's so much going on behind the scene which people don't know, and we're really excited about. And then again, it's not stuff that we have finalized, so we don't share this kind of information. But yeah, it's just an example what we are just in between working hours talking about, brainstorming about, just many fun extra things that we want to create.
That's really cool. You think 10 years from now we'll be in a virtual reality world watching your creatures fight out in real time?
Ooh. Good question. So I mean, we have a certain amount of requests, specifically from people who just join our Discord server, for example. And the very first question is like, okay, will it be full virtual reality with 3D characters and whatnot? I mean, like, oh man, we're happy.
People don't know how hard it is to make game. Like, I study game design right now. It's fucking difficult. It's so fucking difficult. Like, games get made despite all of the shit that's happened. Despite, not like, it's insane, like how much time and effort and everything and money it costs to like get a game together. It's insane.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, it's not even about is it difficult or not, but it's just so much time consuming for sure. And I mean, it could be fun, but it's definitely not our goal. So, well, I wouldn't say no.
Stretch.
I wouldn't say no to it, but it's definitely not on our roadmap. It's not planned. I'm definitely really excited about this, like virtual worlds and metaverses, especially combined with blockchain. So that's why for example, like I love this kind of events. We're always down to, support any kind of this event. Like you put also so much effort into, make this place really lively, having our crates floating around here and stuff like that. It's super cool. I think there's still, a lot of work to be done in this virtual worlds, but I also see that in, I don't know, 10 to 20 years, it will be like a way bigger thing. And I also would love to, I don't know, maybe get some plot in Decentraland or some other metaverse and maybe create at least something like, I don't know, maybe just a place where people can show some of their cards. I would be happy to, create maybe a few characters that are 3D or we already talked about it, right? Like Anthony, maybe if you can cooperate on it, have a synergy of Serra avatar that you guys could make and we could give away or something like that, so that people could run around, I don't know, as a Bugme character or something like that.
Yeah, we'll definitely work on.
Yeah, that would be super cool. But then in 10 years, I mean, yeah, maybe it will happen, maybe it will not. We don't plan to do so, but definitely keeping an eye on virtual worlds and metaverses. I really love that.
Cool. Well, it's been
that's
awesome.
the thing. Oh, go on.
Oh, I was telling Julio. Yeah, it's been awesome working with you guys. I love watching Serra develop on his webpage and on Discord, and you have really cool, really cool energy and great team. Super excited for getting to play this game.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, we are super overwhelmed how fast our community was growing the last 2 and 3 months. We really didn't expect it that early. So I mean, our idea was, to be 100% close to the community and just provide a platform for growing a community very early on. And we just didn't expect it to grow that fast already. We thought maybe we hit more than 1,000 people when we started our alpha or something like that. So I'm really, really grateful for all the support we get from people already telling us, hey, the vision, the idea that you have is super cool. We really love that. And it just motivates so much to make everything happen that we created in our minds, right? I mean, the ideas that we have, most of them are about 2 years old now. And and now we have a platform to share what we believe in and what's our vision. And it already feels so good that people can see the value in it and say we really love that and we support you, and now it's just on us to kind of deliver and create everything that we kind of envision and dream of. So that's 100% our focus right now.
Very cool. And you mentioned you used to play games during school and got into trouble. What games were those?
Yeah, so for me, school wasn't so attentive. So I don't know. I didn't there was quite some time where I really didn't go much to school, and when I did, I didn't really listen to the teacher or something, but always, I don't know, sitting in the last row and playing some games. Can be anything. So any card games, not even trading card games, just the regular card games, or I don't know, basically any card game. And that was always really fun. if you could find 2 or 3 other people who were not interested in the class. And actually for I think maybe my last 2 or 3 years at school, I like, so in my use, I basically just did a lot of collecting, a little bit of playing, like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And then when I grew older, I really started to do a lot of trading. So I think like the last 2 years of school, I just created some extra income with, buying and selling cards online. That was really fun. So I'm really like in between enjoying to play and collecting and trading. I really love all three aspects of like trading card games.
That's really cool, and you made a career out of it. So that's what people should do if they're in school and wanna follow your footsteps.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when you're a kid, and I don't know, like I for sure played so much computer games, more than it was healthy at that time, I guess. And then of course you have in your mind when you're a kid, like, oh man, it would be so cool, to do that as a job, create computer games and blah blah blah. And then same thing, like you grow older, and I don't know, you kind of learn that. I feel like the gaming industry is pretty tough, I would say. Like as an employee, like there's there's so many things where so many people maybe want to work in this area, so there's a lot of competition, and I think there's so many projects which are basically in a time frame, right? Like you develop a game over a few years, and then I don't know, a lot of people also get fired, or I think it's not like the best environment to work in. I cannot tell from a personal experience. It's just like the feeling that I had about the space, and then for a few years I just headed into other direction, but still studied computer science, and I'm a little bit surprised myself that actually now it ended up to be creating computer games, but I'm really happy about it. And we also try really hard, like with the team stuff, to make a difference there. Don't just hire and fire people for the project, but like really create a strong team now that is really excited to work in this space, work on our first game, and in the far future, we for sure also gonna create some other kind of games. I don't know yet. I don't know. Like I would be really happy, to maybe create more like a hack and slay RPG or something in the future. But that's for sure not what you're gonna start with, right?
Yeah.
Card game works really well. Also because we have a lot of experience there, like from playing ourselves, trading and stuff. And it's also like an area which I think is growing a lot in the last few years. Gets so much attraction, for sure since Hearthstone evolved. And at the same time, we thought, okay, there's so many things that are kind of like missing or troublesome, and if we could find solutions to that, we could really create something new and disrupt the space a little bit, because so many card games coming up, and most of them feel very similar, which is great, right? It's just like a system that works and other people use that, but we thought, okay, if we do it, then we create something new, because where's the value if you create something that exists already 20 times basically? So that's how we kind of got on the track to create Synergy of Serra the way it's going to work.
Yeah, I'm super excited. And what is for a sale right now on your site for people that want to get into the game early?
Yeah, I mean, so the way it works is a completely free to play game. So you don't need to buy anything. You don't need to earn anything. You don't need to pay or own anything to play the game. It's free for everybody. And the idea is actually, that's like one of our core principles, where we say, okay, this game is 100% skill to win. So that again encourages not to spend a lot of money on it if you don't want to, because when you play a match, you always share the card pool with your opponent. So it's not like you pour more money into it. You get the stronger cards, and you can just beat your opponent because the cards are stronger, not specifically because you're the more skilled player or you're the strategy heavy player, right? So in our game, cards will be shared, so it's about 100% fair chance to win the match. If you're the better player, you will probably win. And at the same time, we're gonna have multiple expansions, and to have more diversity in the cards, and to at least still incentivize collecting and trading. And I mean, if you feel like it, we have the two sets, like the kind of like you could say like Genesis sets, right, which we sell right now, which is the Transcendenset crate. That's kind of like our expansion 0, so that's like the first new cards that we create. And we have the base set crate, which is just like a cosmetically enhanced version of the cards that you get for free anyway. And like I said, because we were growing so much the last 2 to 3 months, we are almost sold out. So there's, I think, about 5 to 10% of each crate is still left. And then no more, because like we just to make it attractive for like collectors and stuff, limited both sets to amount of 400,000 crates each, and each crate will hold 6 cards. So that's like the limit for the first 2 sets that we are selling right now, and there will be more expansions in the future. Haven't really planned about that yet. We want to really focus on the alpha first, but if people are into trading card games and they already want to support us and hop on the boat and get one of the first cards available for this game, they can definitely do that.
Yeah, I love getting these things. So I bought a few before I even met you. So I think it's a great project. I'll add this link of where to get the crates in Discord and on our Twitter page. But I love your equality of this game, that you're splitting the deck with the component. So it's really about skill versus just collecting the best cards and trampling over everybody else.
Yeah. It's good that you mentioned that you got into the project before you knew me. I just remember, like, I don't know when it was, like beginning of 2020 or something. I actually, started to talk to people in person on Discord in other card game servers, just because, I wanted to have some feedback from people who are really into card games and stuff. So I was like looking around and just contacted a few people, and some are really nice, giving a lot of feedback, and they were really into card games. And then I don't know, some people just didn't even reply right. And I recently had one person, and he just replied now after 2 years and was like, "Oh man, I have missed your message." Like he joined the server now and actually noticed that I contacted that person like 2 years ago and completely missed it. That was really funny.
Yeah. Mixed messages.
So how much playtesting have you guys done already, or how far is the prototype and all of that?
We have a prototype right now that is that like implements the full functionality of the game. We have integrated all the card sets of 3 specific factions, and we are just playing around a lot. And so far, we already are at the state where we create the game to a level where we have exactly the feeling of playing that we wanted to provide. So we're really happy with that. Like we have a few people from the community also joining on the playtesting already. And actually what made me most happy was like the first times where I lost all the games. So, you could really feel like there's already this certain amount of skill level involved when I think right now, maybe developers have a certain advantage because they know all the cards already and stuff like that. But we already lose against like some of the community members, and so that shows we have like different skill levels, and it just makes fun to play over and over again, because games are very, very different. So all this feeling we have created already, and then there's still like so many. Well, not too many, but like a few points where we're not really satisfied. One example that we just found out recently is every game that we play, basically the best chance for winning you have if you just focus on one very faction only, right? And that's not really our intention. So we hope that in the future we find a way in that you combine multiple factions, at least two, maybe three, into one game, and people who can kind of like think more complex and maybe combine even three factions together, they will create the strongest play. And that's still stuff that we heavily work on. We have different ideas how to achieve that, and so it's kind of like there's still so many iterations left. And if at some point like we as a core team are kind of like satisfied with where we are at, we start to focus on like balancing and stuff. Right now it doesn't really matter, some cards are a little bit stronger, some cards are a little bit less powerful. You can already feel that, but that doesn't matter so much to us at the current state. So I think that's also the area where it gets really interesting to get hundreds of thousands of players going on all kind of like crazy strategies, and then we have enough data and experience to actually focus on balancing.
Nice.
So yeah, that's also like one thing. It's really hard with time, so I don't give a time frame here. But of course, we want to share. How like in more detail. There's only very rough information out right now, right? We know that, and we really want to share more how it goes, and also don't just have it as a text form, but have it more visually. And I think right now we're kind of like getting in the state where that makes sense, because before there were really like every month we still had a huge change in like the core mechanics, and that really made the game work very differently. And yeah, I mean it's just complicated to find a good amount of level where you like, we want to be as transparent as possible and always share everything. But then also, every time we share something, it's going to be discussed heavily, which is really great. But yeah, I think you need to have a certain state where it makes sense to discuss things. And so we wanted to have at least the level where the core mechanics are pretty much fixed, and we know that the game works as intended, because like in the first prototypes that we had, it totally didn't feel like we wanted it to feel. So we still had to work on that, and we did. And right now I think we're pretty happy, and yeah, small things we still need to adjust for sure. And then when the alpha starts, it will probably, I know that the community will smart out our game mechanics, and we have to adjust and balance a lot of stuff, but that's that's the future, right?
Yeah.
So you're basically sharing your design documents and all of that, or not that deep?
Sorry, for what?
You're basically like sharing your design documents and like your target audience research, your what you call it, competitor research, and all of that with the community, or?
You mean in general in the future?
Yeah, or now, whatever. Like your mechanic breakdown and whatever, like your feature breakdowns and such.
Like I said, for now, not really. We try to share as much as possible. The problem is, I mean, yeah, sure, we have a game design document and stuff like that, which actually is in German, for example, right? That's already like the thing. Like you need to kind of, prepare everything, and also a lot of stuff is just in text form, and like our team's still small. We are scaling up right now, and we also try to hire people so that we have time to actually share more and more. And we're really gonna do that like within the next few months. Have somebody. Well, we actually already have someone, but work as a community manager, and kind of like try to provide the information the community is also requesting. So I mean, for example, also the cards, like each card has a full background of lore behind it. We have a huge amount of lore, how the economics and politics work on Serra, how the landscape looks and stuff like that. We have a lot of concept art, and it's everything that we want to put out and share with the community. And so far we just haven't had the time and the capacity to focus on that, but we really try to change that in the upcoming months, 100%. And just let us know what you're interested in, and like I said, we want to be as transparent as possible.
Cool. Well, I want to thank everybody for joining, and Julian, always a pleasure to talk with you, and thanks for sharing more about your game. We will select a few great names and start giving out crates via Matic, and we'll announce winners on both Discord and Twitter. And you have another week to submit the best name possible that you can think of for the Synergy of Serra card. And I want to thank you again for taking the time to join us.
Yeah, thank you too for organizing this event in Decentraland. Really enjoyed it. I know the committee also really enjoyed it, and really looking forward to get the results of all the wishes, and also see like the best names that we can find, and in the end, if our team approves, and actually we will take one of the names to name the card.
Awesome.
Really excited for that.
Same here. Well, everybody have a great day, and thanks for joining.
Thanks, guys, and thanks for presenting the project.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.